Namaskar. Welcome to your daily current affairs revision for competitive exams. This content is based on verified news sources. I am going to cover 7 important topics in the next 8 minutes. Let us dive right in. Can dignity be reduced to an abstract ideal, especially for menstruating girls? The Supreme Court declared that the right to menstrual health and access to menstrual hygiene management measures in educational institutions is part of the fundamental right to life and dignity under Article 21 of the Constitution. The absence of safe and hygienic menstrual management measures undermines dignified existence by compelling adolescent students to either resort to absenteeism or adopt unsafe practices. The judgment was based on a writ petition filed by Dr. Jaya Thakur highlighting the lack of FMHM measures in schools across the country, leading to absenteeism and, even worse, dropping out of school. This topic is relevant for GS2, Polity, and relates to the rights of women and children, and the role of the judiciary in ensuring these rights. Key takeaways: menstrual health is a fundamental right. Lack of MHM measures violates the right to privacy and bodily autonomy. The state cannot force a child to choose between dignity and education. Are you addicted to your smartphone? The Economic Survey highlighted the digital addiction crisis in India, warning of mental health toll on the country's youth. The survey suggested that social media platforms should be made responsible for age verification and enforcing age-appropriate defaults. The survey examined global responses to this burgeoning mental health issue, including the recent Australian ban on social media accounts for children under 16. This topic is relevant for GS2, Polity, and relates to the issues of mental health, social media regulation, and the role of the government in addressing these issues. Key takeaways: digital addiction is a growing concern in India. Social media platforms should be responsible for age verification. The government should promote face-to-face socializing. Will women's participation in the labor force rise to 55% by 2050? The Economic Survey found that employment remained steady in the first half of 2025 to 26, with over 56 crore people employed between July and September 2025. The survey also noted that women carry a heavy unpaid work burden, spending nearly 3 times as long as men on such activities. The survey suggested that India can significantly boost long-term economic growth by bringing more women into paid work. This topic is relevant for GS3, Economy, and relates to the issues of women's empowerment, labor force participation, and economic growth. Key takeaways: women's participation in the labor force could rise to 55% by 2050. Women carry a heavy unpaid work burden. India can boost economic growth by bringing more women into paid work. Can hydro-pumped storage projects help India achieve its renewable energy targets? The Central Electricity Authority, CEA, has proposed a major regulatory reset to fast-track the expansion of hydro-pumped storage projects, PSPs. The CEA has recommended allowing hydro PSPs within eco-sensitive zones, ESZs, and up to a 10 km aerial distance from protected areas where ESZs have not been formally notified. The recommendations come amid environmental concerns and local protests against PSPs in states such as Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Rajasthan, and Maharashtra's Western Ghats. This topic is relevant for GS3, Environment and Ecology, and relates to the issues of renewable energy, environmental regulation, and sustainable development. Key takeaways: CEA proposes regulatory reset for hydro PSPs. Hydro PSPs can help India achieve renewable energy targets. Environmental concerns and local protests against PSPs. Can stem cell therapy be used to treat autism? The Supreme Court held that stem cell therapy cannot be offered as a clinical service for autism spectrum disorder, ASD, outside of an approved and monitored clinical trial or research setting. The court directed the government to constitute a dedicated authority for regulatory oversight over stem cell research across the country. The judgment came on the basis of a series of petitions raising concerns about the rampant promotion, prescription, and administration of stem cell therapy for the treatment of ASD by clinics across the country. This topic is relevant for GS3, Science and Technology, and relates to the issues of stem cell research, medical ethics, and regulatory oversight. Key takeaways: stem cell therapy cannot be used to treat autism outside of clinical trials. Government to constitute dedicated authority for stem cell research. Concerns about rampant promotion of stem cell therapy for ASD. Will the World Bank's funding help India achieve its growth targets? The World Bank will offer $8 to $10 billion annually for 5 years to fuel India's growth and create jobs. The funding is part of a new country partnership framework, NCPF, for 2026 to 2031. The NCPF aims to support India's development priorities, including promoting economic growth, reducing poverty, and improving human development. This topic is relevant for GS3, Economy, and relates to the issues of international funding, economic growth, and development. Key takeaways: World Bank to offer $8 to $10 billion annually for 5 years. Funding to support India's growth and job creation. NCPF aims to promote economic growth and reduce poverty. Can green steel help India achieve its climate goals? India stands at a defining moment, with the opportunity to submit a revised, more ambitious Nationally Determined Contribution, NDC. The steel sector is critical to India's growth, driving infrastructure and industrial development, but it also accounts for around 12% of the country's carbon emissions. The article suggests that India can avoid locking in high carbon infrastructure by transitioning to green steel, and that early movers in green steel will secure a decisive competitive advantage. This topic is relevant for GS3, Environment and Ecology, and relates to the issues of climate change, sustainable development, and the role of the steel sector in achieving India's climate goals. Key takeaways: green steel can help India achieve its climate goals. India can avoid locking in high carbon infrastructure. Early movers in green steel will secure a competitive advantage. That's all for today's current affairs. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe for daily updates. All the best for your preparation.